With Power Ranger fans around the world saddened by how there won't be a sequel to the 2017 movie reboot, can Hasbro and Paramount's own reboot actually live up to the expectations of the fans? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here and welcome back to the video, and today I just want to chill out here, talk to y'all about some Power Rangers 2023 rumors. That's right, it's happening. These rumors I found on Twitter, basically a thread of what is a script from 2019 before 2020, before all that mess that happened in life. So with that being said, take these rumors with a grain of salt. Not even a grain of salt, just like a salt particle. I made a video similar to this last year when I talked about the rumors of Super Sentai not being adapted into Power Rangers anymore, and I get comments on that video all the time. All these are just rumors, nothing's official. Some stuff can change and some stuff cannot. So for the sake of today's video, these are just rumors, nothing news, nothing official, just us. Let's just consider this fan fiction at this point. Shout out to Twitter user Jin's Revenge, who actually got these scripts, got these like leaked info, this stuff. It's from 2019. This could just not happen anymore. But hey, shout out to him. If this is your first time watching, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Este. Be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell because I upload Power Ranger videos every single week. So join the E-Squad today. I'll love it if you do. And 1,500 likes because Power Rangers movie, baby. It's happening. Again, I love the 2017 movie. Trust that. I love this movie with my heart. I'm sad this won't be getting a sequel, but I'm excited for the future and see what's coming next. So without further ado, let's read this Twitter thread and see what we can find. First off, we see that the Red Ranger is definitely a female and part of the LGBT community. Now, if this is true, I definitely believe that this is going to be amazing for the movie, because if you think about it, with Izzy and Dino Fury also being part of the LGBT community, and also the last movie, the 2017 movie with Trini being part of the community, even though it's more implied than shown, I think those were really good stepping stones and something we can really explore in a feature film. Next up, apparently the team will already be established at the start of the film, so it's not an origin story. Now, out of all these rumors, this is the thing that I want to be true, because in the 2017 movie, we spent so much time learning about the Rangers, and these are really good characters, but at the end of the day, I thought it was Red Ranger Jason's movie and the Pink Ranger Kimberly's movie, with Billy the Blue Ranger being kind of like a central piece out of all of this, kind of leaving both Trini and Zach in the dust. And yes, even though we did get some character development through them throughout the movie, we would just get about one scene each, not really a lot. It was kind of hard to juggle all these characters together. I was kind of going ahead there because that's the next tweet, which says it'll be 3 Rangers, red, blue, and yellow. Pink and black will be recruited at the end of the movie, but they won't suit up. I think that's great. I want that to be true. Have the 3 Rangers developing throughout the movie so we can have those 2 join them at the end and become a team. And also the thing about not being an origin story really helps because we can just get straight into the action. You know, these guys are Rangers already. We already know the story of the Power Rangers Zordon calling over the team of Rangers, Rita Repulsa, this and that, blah, blah. Or may not even be that, to be honest. This is a full-on reboot. I'm going to get more into that in a second about all the new stuff. But things are changing, all right? This may not be the old story that we know from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the 90s. It will be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers based, but I feel like they can just add a lot of new stuff to just really switch up the formula on us. Now here it says that the movie is set in its own universe, but they do travel in the 90s halfway through the film. But not only do they time travel, but also cross to a different dimension. Now, Multiverse, that sounds a lot like Spider-Verse, that movie, and time travel a lot like Endgame and probably every other time travel movie ever. This part is definitely a little bit more confusing, as we know this new Power Rangers universe is going to be separate from the one we've had almost in the past 30 years. And I think that's good having this multiverse because we can look into the past of the Power Rangers and respect that. Like, that was its own thing, but we also have this new universe, its own thing. And that's us. That was the movieverse. The time travel in the 90s really worries me. It's been something that's been popping up in a lot of articles about that's going to happen in the movie. And I feel kind of a little worried about it because when you go back and use that nostalgia as bait for everyone to come in like, oh, Mighty Morphin, so what you remember from the 90s, I feel like they can sometimes overdo it. So I think it's really important for them to just you know, just don't do it too much. Like, we're in the 90s, but don't scream 90s at us. Just be subtle about it. If they play it well into the story, I think it'll make sense at the end of the day. I think this whole 90s time travel thing is just to bait 90s MMPR OG fans back because they didn't show up to the 2017 movie because it was just 2 hours of teenagers talking and only 30 minutes of actual Power Rangers. So let's bring them back to the 90s. And who knows, with that multiverse idea, we can see the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like, you know, have them show up in that universe and just be like, whoa, we're gonna go stop a Mighty Morphin villain. Play with those putties, I don't know. Next up, it says here that the Rangers are young and in high school, but it still keeps the maturity, curse words, and adult references. I think that's cool because I feel like in the 2017 movie, they did play that teenage part, but I feel like it was very forced and not really realistic as to what teenagers are like literally in today. It was definitely more grimy and dark and just twisted how they would use teenagers just to be like, oh, they're just evil, nobody's who only care about themselves. It's not like that. There's definitely room here for some teenage comedy and those adult references, adult humor. I think it'll definitely be there whether you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to try to reflect the success of the MCU and other movies that are more comedic styling like that, and adult humor is definitely a part of it. And the last thing in this thread is that it says that they will have multiple suits in this movie and multiple different swords for each universe and timeline. I think that's really cool and also a really good idea to sell toys, which at the end of the day, this is what it is. They're gonna have different toys of the different suits that they wear in the movie. Like the Spider-Man movies do that all the time. So when they go in the 90s, they'll have their own 90s version of the suits probably to fit in their different Zords. I think that's gonna be crazy, especially with the multiverse, time travel. It's just to sell a lot of toys, to have different versions of the same thing, which is Power Rangers to a lot of people. Power Rangers are like, oh, it's just different suits. It's the same thing. It's basically that. The movie. And that ends our thread here. A lot of interesting ideas here. Now, even though these are rumors and not official, of course, I feel like a lot of this should happen. Like having it be 3 Rangers, non-origin story. I think that's perfect. Have the Red Ranger be part of the LGBT community. Have one of the Rangers. It doesn't have to be Red, you know? But Red being a female, that's definitely a twist with the formula. It'll make some fans pissed, but those aren't really real fans. The real fans will stay for that female Red Ranger, because I sure will. Jen also posted earlier some of the character descriptions about how some of the Rangers will actually be. So the Red Rangers named Cassidy, they'll be 15 to 16 year old. They are Latina. Shout out all my Latinos in the comments. She has a short, slick hair with the sides shaved. She can be a bit of a troublemaker. She's an adrenaline junkie. She consistently moves from foster home to foster home and always finds herself at the police station. Loves to get her hands dirty. I think this is a very cheesy and overdone story, like, oh, the misunderstood kid who's just going to orphanage at the police station. But of course, I think at the end of the day, it's a movie for kids. It's gonna give them a nice message, and I think it's gonna be cute. You know, it's a cute thing. Says you can always catch her here at Tito's junkyard, where she gets her scraps and car parts from. I feel like I've heard of this storyline before. She never got close to anyone as her parents died in a car crash. That was the part we're missing, the dead parents. And she's scared to lose her girlfriend. So that's cool. Then we got Tony, 15 to 16 year old Asian kid. He's a good kid, the innocent one, always the highest grade in class. So kind of Billy, but his name's Tony. His parents are strict, that's why the way he is, never has time for fun. Well, being a Power Ranger will definitely change that. Then of course we got Darius, a 15 to 16 year old African American kid. He's the popular one, always gets the girls, prom king, captain of the football team, and been on varsity since a freshman. So he's got recruits all over. He's got people all over him. Go Darius. We also got Tito, the owner of the junkyard, Lauren's girlfriend, Tony's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Zhang, and Coach Reeves, Darius's dad. What do you guys think? How would your ideal Power Rangers movie be? Let me know in the comments down below. Overall, I think those 3 Rangers are definitely good. I can't wait to see how they will be in action. I missed that 2017 movie, but I'm definitely excited. If they scrap this movie script, fine. You know, I just hope that at the end of the day, this 2023 movie is awesome and that the Power Ranger fans, new and old, can come and love it and just enjoy it for what it is. There's definitely a lot to look out for, and I'm definitely excited to see what they do. I know these are rumors, but I definitely want some of this to happen because it just sounds so cool. Except Cass, let's change her storyline up a little bit. But I'm excited, I really am. There's so much to say. I just have hope, all right? I'm hoping, I'm praying we get a box office success, we get a trilogy, a movie series. That's all I want. A Power Rangers movie series to go in the movie theaters and see them on the big screen. That's just my dream. That's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, ddonfuego. I'm also on Instagram, notdonfuego. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.